gone from playing just little dance halls to selling out arenas, man, everywhere. Was there a moment, not a show, not an award, but a quiet moment when you sat there and you thought, man, this thing actually worked?
I was hunting in Alaska last week, and Dave, one of the guys that was one of the outfitters, he said, even in my career with my business, he said, I always wanted to get to a point where my wife could go buy a dress or buy a piece of jewelry and we didn't have to feel guilty about it. Just getting to, take my kids places and my wife and getting to do things for them, like it happened, we're not struggling.
The album called Banks of the Trinity, out June 26. Why was that title important enough to put on the cover of the whole project?
Everybody has this kind of preconceived assumption that I grew up on a cattle ranch and that's not the way it was. This life that I have now, I've had to carve out for myself. It's not easy. Growing up on that, Lake Livingston and Trinity River, it's a very simple life. And when I heard that song, it just took me back to my childhood. So I thought, let's share a little piece of myself with people that maybe they don't know.
Is there a song on this record that maybe tells us the most about where Kojo is today?
Every man. We're idiots when we're young and we make mistakes, and then you grow up and you still make mistakes, and maybe not the same ones, but we have a tendency to say things like, I'm not that guy anymore. It's like, yeah, you are. You're just a different version of him. Hopefully a better version. Sometimes maybe not. That was a pretty powerful song.
What about, man, if somebody only had time to hear one track before the album dropped, which one would you tell them to listen to first and why? Is it Horseback?
Yeah, it's got to be the number. That's why I kicked off the album sequence with it. I just wanted to kind of come out swinging. I think you and I have had this conversation before where when it comes to the sequential order of the songs on the album, I usually try to write it like a set list. And so if that was what I was going to do on stage, I would come out swinging with Horseback and just capture your attention straight up, right from the very beginning.
You have Luke Combs, Brothers Osborne on this project with you. What did those collaborations sort of teach you about yourself as an artist, and why them?
I've had the opportunity to do a lot of collaborations with people from the country genre all the way to CeCe Winans, and getting to play on stage with Boyz II Men, and then you're doing a rock song with Jay Buchanan.
I love it.
I just kind of started picking people that I'm fans of, like when I heard I'm Gonna Love You, immediately I heard Carrie Underwood's voice, and I'm a fan, so I'm a huge fan of TJ and John Osborne, and obviously the friendship that I have with Luke, I'm a huge fan of his. So it was pretty easy just to be like, hey, I heard these songs and I heard you, so do you want to do them?
If your little boy, man, listens to Banks of the Trinity someday, he will. What song do you hope hits him the hardest out of this album?
So the song I recorded for him, Bible for a Boy. Wow. That was really cool. Josh Phillips was a writer on that song, and he actually sent me a Bible with JC's name engraved on it, and wrote the lyrics on the inside of it. So that was pretty special.
And if country music fans could one day down the road remember you for one thing, long after the record stops spinning. Actually, that's what's great about music is the music never stops spinning. Music is eternal, right? What do you want your fans to think about Cody Johnson?
I just want people to know that I did the best I could. I'm not perfect. I've got just as many problems as anybody else. Bad habits and things I struggle with while still trying to put out music that meant something to me and meant something to the fans,
Banks of the Trinity, June 26, Horseback, man. I can't wait. Is the first single from the album, and I'm grateful to be your friend, and we are so grateful that Kojo, man, is in country music because you bring him back to the well. Congratulations, and that's what we're
at. Fitz. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, as always.